What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Unmasked Podcast. What do you recommend them do or not do as far as like coming out of high school and pursuing a career someday? All right, man. Let me know when you're ready. You can, get comfy. Move it however you like.
I think I'm good.
Solid?
Hear me good?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Unmasked Podcast. Another great episode is about to happen. We got 86 Tapia here. Little backstory. I started following him because your reel started popping up on my Instagram.
Oh.
That's how I started following you. And come to show, we actually come from the same small city, small city. He comes from Lamont, California, and then I grew up in Arvin, California. So thank you for being here. This is the second attempt.
Yeah.
Right? This is the second attempt, but I feel like the wait was definitely going to be worth it. So please, man, introduce yourself to the people, who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
Yeah, well, dang, yeah, like you said, it is the second time, but you know what? It was the holidays, and you know what? We're here now, and that's what matters. So let's dive right in. My name is 86 Tapia. I've been gaming. I guess you could say I'm a gamer. I've been streaming. I'm a content creator. I pretty much do everything involving creating content in terms of video games, pranks, vlogs, basically like you see any other YouTuber that you guys probably grew up watching. But honestly, like I've been doing it for the last 3 to 4 years, and it's been a crazy journey, and I'm ready to tell you guys all about it.
Hell yeah, man. I love the energy you're showing right now. I'm trying to match you right now. I'm trying to match your energy. So speaking about content creators that, you know, we grew up watching, who did you grow up watching?
Oh, bro, this is a good question. So I grew up watching a lot of the FaZe members. You know, I grew up watching a lot of trick shotting, a lot of Call of Duty. A good one that probably a lot of people don't give a lot of credit to is Vanos Gaming. He's actually one of the biggest gaming creators that is still actively creating gaming content, like actual gaming as a big creator. And to me, is like ever since growing up watching these creators, like why can't I do it? Like it's so easy. It's not. You just sit there, play with a video game. All you need is a console. You don't need this crazy setup. And just growing up watching these people made me realize, you know, it looks fun. You know, I want to do it.
And it's possible. See, I grew up watching like Vitaly ZDTV. I grew up watching Roman Atwood, Fousey Tube, people like that. So my journey many years ago started off with vlogging, a little bit of gaming here and there with like 2K, Madden, I'm not sure if you ever heard of a content creator by the name of Chris Move.
Chris Move?
He was huge back in the day.
No, I don't.
He's not, he's not so much active now, but he was definitely big back in the day. And that's who I grew up watching. Obviously, I mean, you're probably a god at Call of Duty. I couldn't hold my own even if I wanted to, bro. That's just me, though. Obviously, I was more into like the sports games and whatnot. Still am to this day.
Hey, man. Well, everybody has their own style and taste, you know. But, I mean, everybody you named in that list, Roman Outwood, all of them, Vitaly, I remember watching them too, vlogs. Little fun fact, when I was like, 10, 12, probably middle school for sure. I was in middle school. I used to go out and do vlog-style YouTube videos, pranks. I remember once in Lamont, I went around the whole, Lamont, city, town, pranking people on the streets, you know, just going to stores, pranking them, you know. Basically the style that you see nowadays, that is popping now.
It's coming back.
Yeah, and I always tell my my community or my brother, we were doing stuff that is blowing up now. Like, imagine if I would have stuck to it.
Bro, I feel the exact same way. Like, to my audience that's been here for a minute, like I told you a little earlier ago, I was vlogging and I was blowing up, and I had videos with over 100,000 videos or views on YouTube, and I stopped. All these live 2K videos, 2K in real life videos, stuff like that. I was making those. Granted, the editing wasn't anything crazy or stuff like that. Obviously, we were using iMovie and softwares, that aren't as advanced. But Yeah, bro, it's crazy how much things are really popping off nowadays.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you say you edit. What do you edit with?
Right now, I'm editing with Final Cut.
Final Cut, bro. I edit everything mobile. Everything you see that I've ever created has always been mobile editing. So whenever I hear people say like, "Oh, I don't got the best equipment. I don't got
Yeah.
the best setup. I don't got all these excuses," as to why
Yeah.
they can't, chase something or create content in anything. Because nowadays, content is everything. Business, gymming, anything. It doesn't matter what it is. Your content is a part of that brand. Because that's just how it is nowadays. So it's like it's doable with the device you have on a daily basis.
And you do mobile editing and everything?
Everything, bro. I don't.
Wow.
I've
And I've
never
seen
done
your
anything.
reels and your shots, and they look good.
Oh well,
They look good.
I appreciate it, but it's like everybody else. It's always 1% better every video.
Oh yeah, but you got to get 1% better. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
Mhm.
we all start off somewhere. I mean, with these, like, I didn't just, I don't know about you, but like with me, in order for me to like really feel like I earn it, like I got to use equipment that the least expensive equipment, and then move up and
Yeah, like upgrade, like level up.
upgrade.
like
Yeah,
low
because I mean, I
levels.
started with USB mics and connecting it to my iPhone.
Yeah, that's.
You know what I mean? So
Dang, look at this.
and then now I was able to at least, adjust it here and there. I gotta, ask the wife if I can do it. But
Yeah.
as you get older, it gets like that.
Yeah.
So which leads to my next question, man. So you said you're on YouTube, you're on Twitch, and then you're on Instagram. Which one out of the three platforms do you think you're blowing up more?
So this is a very good question because it kind of varies. So Twitch has been my most active platform in terms of sustainability, as in no matter what day, if I go a week off, 2 weeks off, I get on and I'll have my solid straight community come back and be there for me. But when it comes to reels, like short form content, it definitely is my Instagram because it seems to be the platform that is used on a daily basis. You get off where you check your Instagram real quick and people want to watch videos, your stories, just keep up with your IRL life. So whenever it comes to my personal face, like me as a person, Instagram is more of my go-to spot and the one that blows up whenever I post videos about me. And then YouTube, it's just a mix. So it has to be between Twitch and Instagram, the two that I focus the most on.
Dope, man. So the first you brought up the point when we were first gonna do this. You said I wanted to bring up DoorDash, bring up my sponsorships and whatnot. So what happened there? Like what fell through? What happened?
So this is an interesting question. It's still love with DoorDash and everything, but because it goes back to where it all began. So I'll start from the beginning. This is gonna be a little bit of a story because
Handle, man.
Start from
That's what the podcast is for.
Yeah, so let's dive right in. So everything started. I decided to be a streamer. First things first is my first objective was to one day go to school. I was a normal kid, just going to school, entering college. I went to CSUB, did 2 years, electrical engineering, decided to just, this wasn't for me. It wasn't the path I wanted to go after 2 years. I feel like that's a good solid time where you gave it a shot. You decided, it's not for you. So I said, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot and just drop out and find a job or do something else. I decided to do that. And for some odd reason, I decided to try to be a skater. Like the most randomest, I know it's the most randomest thing ever. So I would hit the skate parks, ride a scooter. One day, hit a half pipe, those big, big half pipes.
Yeah.
Broke my ankle. I went 3 months without being able to walk or put any type of pressure and, had surgery. And that's the day I decided I'm not going to sit in my room being depressed, not being able to move my foot because I couldn't walk. I had to be upstairs in my room. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep myself busy. I have a PlayStation. I play video games all day. I have a laptop. Let's start streaming. That's the day I decided to start streaming.
Holy crap. Thank you, skateboarding.
Yeah, thank you, skateboarding, man. It's like one hobby led to another. And ever since that day, it was the mid-COVID era. So I think that COVID era pushed it a lot more. And, I mean, it all started with a PlayStation 4 and a laptop and me streaming while sitting in a bed. Literally, like, in the weirdest position ever because I couldn't move. Like I had my foot in the camera, you know.
Yeah.
So like it just started from there, and then over time, you know, started grinding, building my own community. Shout out to the 86 gang. They're probably watching this right now. I'll make sure they watch. Don't
Hell
worry,
yeah,
bro.
man. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, and yeah, shout out to my brothers, my family who always, you know, supported as well to begin with. My boy Sladdles, I gotta give a little bit of recognition
Oh,
to him.
handle. Yeah, of
'cause
course, dude.
He's the only other person that I know that's one of my friends out here that started the grind with me, and to this day, it's like me and him are just growing together, and that was the whole purpose of us doing it, is to, you know, both of us come up together, and it feels good to know that he's at the same level as me when it comes to creating content.
Oh, so you and a buddy started it together.
Yeah, I started, and he told me that he felt motivated, and he felt like he wanted to do it with me, and he reached out, and we just ever since we played
dope.
video games, we stream together whenever we get the chance, and he's a good dude. Definitely,
yeah,
I'll make
man.
sure he tries to reach out to you. See you again
For
another
sure,
day.
bro. You know what? It makes me really happy to see young minds be able to reach out. I mean, obviously I had Gil on yesterday or last week. And for you guys to be able to reach out and find a different way to succeed in life or to feel like you're fulfilling something is great.
Yeah, bro.
And video games, I mean, please tell me what your parents told you.
Oh, bro.
Please tell me what your parents told you.
So till this day, man, like I think, so it goes back to the main story a little bit, but the day that they realized where like video games were like what are you doing? Like obviously it's the normal response. I have Mexican parents. I'm Mexican, you know. They're always gonna push you to go to school. I dropped out. They were mad. You know, they were like, "What are you doing? Like, you gotta get a job. You gotta go do something." And obviously, yeah, I'm still working. You know, I'm doing my thing. You know, trying to help out wherever I can. And it just, to them, it didn't make sense. That's like the honest thing. They didn't really like say much. Like, "Oh, don't do that." Like they're not pushing me away from it, but they just don't understand until the day. Going back to the DoorDash thing and your question and the whole story, tying it all back together, is one day I decided to go to a FaZe Clan warehouse event, like a pop-up event, and I went. And that day, that event was sponsored by DoorDash. So I decided to film this cool reel. You probably seen it. It's like my signature content where I used to go, yo. I remember that type of content. So I made a video and they reached out and they're like, yo, that's a nice video. Like, thank you for shouting out DoorDash. You didn't have to, but we want to offer you a sponsorship. And I was like, whoa, like, I'm like a year into this and I'm already getting my first big brand deal sponsorship. And ever since, I've worked with DoorDash for like almost a year and a half now. And I got to do some pretty damn cool stuff with them. From them flying me out to Miami, to Boston.
Yeah, I saw that. That's when you started your vlog series, right?
Yeah,
it was a Miami one.
Yeah, well, I had been doing some vlogs back then, but I feel like that's the vlog where I felt like I was actually doing something in my vlogs. The other vlogs were more like I'm at home, I'm doing something here. They didn't feel like an actual vlog.
Right.
That day I was out traveling, doing some cool stuff, Vegas, all this cool stuff. It felt like a good celebratory like moment for me. Like,
damn, so they really flew you out to Miami
for some gaming events that they wanted me to push out, like giveaways, promote the gaming community, as in DoorDash wanted to be the number one supplier for gamers in terms of gaming 4, 5, 6 hours, 10 hours sometimes, and people don't eat while they're gaming those hours.
Right.
So it makes it so much easier for these content creators, gamers, to sit on their phone, order DoorDash, boom, get some food, and at least you're eating some food. So that was their method as to why they were in the gaming. Involved.
They're smart.
Yeah, it's a smart.
It's smart. But what fell through?
Honestly, man, it was just a mutual agreement to where we were both not like ready to move forward with a new deal because of the position they were in. So I can't really talk too much in depth because all I got from it was, you know, we'll reach out for more business, like to work in the future. But I have really good connections with them, and I know that whenever it comes to working with them, they'll reach out. So they're still my first sponsorship, and I mean, I'm grateful. I got to experience some cool stuff with them. So,
Hey man, how many people can say they got a major sponsorship within the first year and
let alone DoorDash.
DoorDash?
Yeah, man. I'm blessed, man. I'm
That's
grateful for the opportunity. So, and now I know what I could expect from a sponsorship. You know how not to get the low ball basically of a deal.
yeah,
Because it was a good deal.
yeah, that's awesome, dude. Which leads back to my next question. As far as your gaming, just so that people know, like, what do you like to game? What's your main priority game? Are you doing it in like a certain game one day, a certain game another day? Are you doing the series? Are you like for example, like story games?
So my genre, like,
Yeah. What's your genre?
schedule. Okay.
Like your main thing?
So my main thing, it definitely has to be without a doubt GTA RP. Basically you play the normal game of GTA, but it's like modded, and you play realistically while other players are playing cops, other people are playing gangs, other people are playing regular civilians running businesses,
Yeah.
and it becomes this whole like movie type of thing where people just enjoy watching it to the point where they're in it for the story. So depending on the creator, on the streamer, whoever the person they're streaming is, if they're a good role player, good storyteller, you could create some good like stories, and the people love that. Like it's a
That's pretty
it's a
dope.
good niche to get into because there's a lot of like opportunities for content, reels, and it changes every day you're playing. So instead of just doing like a Call of Duty game where it's repetitively
The same
dying,
thing over and
playing
over again. Yeah.
over, it gets over.
Raging.
Yeah, raging. Yeah, raging. But yeah, like GTA definitely has been more of my rock solid game. But I do like love to switch it up here and there. So like on TikTok, I mainly play Call of Duty Warzone just because of the style and the vertical form.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes it so much easier to play Warzone on TikTok when I
Yeah.
go live there, and then play something more like a story GTA on my main Twitch platform.
Okay.
But that's what I technically tend to do.
For sure, man. How did you come up with the name 86 Tapia? I'm assuming Tapia is your last name?
Yeah, Tapia is
Okay.
my last name. My name is Andy Tapia for sure. And 86 Tapia is it's a good one, bro. You're gonna love it. So I used to own a Toyota 86. I don't know, it's kind of like the
FRS.
FRZ, BRS, those, or those models is what I'm trying to say. So one day I put two and two together. I was like 86 Tapia because I had my car, because I was just a car like nerd. Like I used to go to car meets, all this extra stuff, and soon I realized it was
saw that on
just,
Instagram.
soon I realized it was just a whole nother show, a ball game that's not worth getting into, because it's like sometimes it's the wrong crowd to be around because of all the stunts.
Oh
people
yeah.
do.
Oh
You know,
yeah. I've
it's
seen
all
those
fun and
videos on
games.
Instagram.
It's all fun and games until you go through a whole, situation and you don't have your car anymore. But we won't get into that.
Whoa. We don't have your car anymore. What?
Nah, well,
Your brother's laughing, dog.
he's laughing because he's actually the new owner of that car, because I ended up passing it down to him because I honestly, he probably doesn't know this, but he didn't have a car, and I saw the opportunity where I was able to, sell him my car for a low price, because, I mean, the car it's a nice car, and I honestly sold it to him for very, very cheap because he's my brother, just so I could buy the other car I wanted, and it worked out. He has his first car, a brand new nice car. I had suited it up. It has like crazy modifications in it. And I got myself a little family car that I'm comfortable with traveling with. I wanted something just to chill out already.
What kind of family car did you get?
Hyundai Sonata.
Yeah,
Just something
that's
chill.
nice,
Yeah. And
Heck
he got the sports car, so that's why he's over there laughing.
Are you a family man?
Yeah, bro. I think I'm very family oriented. I've always told myself, and luckily my girl understands, is that I'm gonna try to stay with my family as long as possible. Not
Yeah.
as in like try to stay there, but like I wanna enjoy my time with my family, because one day when you move out, it's like, how often do you visit?
It's tough, man.
It's tough, right?
It's tough, yeah, and especially because my family's still in Arvin. It's tough being able to not just being able to find time, but really making time to go out and make the drive out there. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, you got work, you got events you got to go to. Your wife's family, is has events you got to go to. If you're, a lot of things come into play.
Yeah.
It's tough, yeah, for sure.
Then I'm just as normal as anybody else. My parents are separated, so it makes it just as hard, So it's I gotta go there, La Mom, Baker, so it just makes it a whole another issue. But I mean, I've been through as many issues as probably anybody else watching this. Like, we're all normal people. So
Yeah, no,
normal.
for sure.
It's definitely a normal thing. So, I mean, yeah, I'm very family oriented. I feel like my family is my, like, you don't got anyone else, you only get one set of those.
Yeah, you only get one set of those for sure. Yeah. That's awesome, man. It feels I feel like you're on the right track. You got your head on your shoulders, and you're gonna keep pushing forward. In this time, you said you've been doing it for about 3 to 4 years. In this time period, have you ever felt where you're just like, maybe this isn't for me?
Bro, that's just like pretty much the days I feel like that are pretty much the days where I feel lost. Like I don't feel like I'm accomplished. Like I feel like I could do so much more. So yeah, I've definitely felt those days, and honestly, I think that's a normal thing when you're doing something you're not sure where it's gonna lead. You're just figuring it. There's a saying I like to remember that I don't know who I heard it from, but I know I'm not the one that came up with it, so I'm just gonna quote it. Flying the plane as you're building it, or fly the plane as you're building it, because honestly, it's like you're building your own journey. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know what to expect whenever I do things. So sometimes I think I have the craziest video or the craziest stream, and I don't get the results I expect, And it's like it happens. It's just pushing me to do way more better or do something different.
So yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Do you think it's more of a discouraging kind of thing, or more of a uplifting thing when you don't get the numbers that you want, or the numbers you expect to get?
Before, it definitely was a discouraging thing because I think I was letting it get to me a little too much. But then I soon realized that if you see it this way, like you get a small amount of numbers, but those small amount of numbers could be entirely new people. So let's say one day my video gets 200 views. Those 200 people could be entirely new people who have never seen my page, and the other 1,000 could be straight people that have already followed me. I'd rather have new people come and enjoy a new video. And obviously, I don't mind anybody enjoying my videos, but it's always better to keep expanding and growing and reaching more people to maybe make their day for the day.
Social media network or marketing networking right there.
But it's a whole process, and I love every single step of it.
Good. And I think that's the best part about it, that it's a journey that you're willing to take. What's your ultimate goal? Like, what's your end goal? Where do you feel like you'll feel satisfied?
Honestly, my end goal, I don't have an end goal yet. Like, I wish I could tell you in terms of like what I want to end up doing one day, but I definitely see myself wanting to one day go on expanding the bit, like my brand, and reaching out and helping others to, believe in themselves and, see that it's doable, and especially in this community, because I think you said it before, like this community is in need.
Yeah.
It's in need of motivation, positivity. Like we live in a pretty bad spot. Like it's not.
Yeah, it's where kids feel stuck.
Yeah,
because it's either you get a 9 to 5 you like, a 9 to 5 you hate, or you're stuck in the fields, or you're stuck doing something that you don't enjoy for the rest of your life. And I feel like, especially now, I mean, obviously when I was in high school, it was a little bit different, and people were a little bit more closed-minded, but now people are a little bit more open-minded, and people know what's out there.
Yeah.
It's just achieving it is extremely hard if you feel discouraged doing it every day.
Yeah, and trust me, growing up, when I was doing it, like first starting off, it was still like, oh, he's a gamer. Like, oh, what a weirdo, you know?
Right? Yeah,
Like,
bro.
now it's
It's
like, oh, I want to be the
insane.
gamer. I want to be the next Kai Cenat.
Yeah.
I want to be the next, these crazy big streamers. And it's like, damn, bro. I remember when I used to be called a nerd or
Yeah,
weirdo,
get
like,
cracked
bro,
on.
yeah,
Yeah.
like,
I remember all that. I
But,
remember that shit too.
yeah, it's funny, but I mean, that's just the how life works. Sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes if you just, like I said, back to the story, if I would have stuck to it, who knows if by now I would have been some crazy prankster,
Yeah.
But luckily, back to the story, after breaking my foot, I, got the DoorDash sponsorship, all that, and then decided to one day, start expanding, to every platform. And I feel like that's something that's important nowadays is cross posting. I don't know if people know what that is, but it's basically when you post one video on one platform and you repost it at a different time for the other platform. So what I do, Instagram, I'll be my first spot to post any type of new video. So if you want to see my most up to date, the first people to see it, Instagram. Then I'll go and post it on my YouTube, depending if it's a gaming IRL video. I'll share it to whatever category it falls upon. And then I'll do a late night post on TikTok where then I go live late night TikTok streams. So then that post pushes them towards my live. So it's a whole like strategy whenever I post. It's not just me posting because I want to post,
Yeah, I got you.
It's a whole strategy you got to get used to. And I feel like over time, I realized it's not only like something you need to do, but it's something that it honestly works best for me. I don't know. It works best for me. So what I'm trying to say here is basically it's important to use all your platforms in terms of if you're trying to start a brand, creating content, all that, because it's where it's at right now.
Yeah.
Honestly. And what you're doing is super good. That's why I found your podcast too. I just started watching, just scrolling, and then I ended up like saw that you're from here, and I was like, that is so cool. Like I want to be a part of a podcast.
Yeah,
That's
hell
so
yeah,
dope.
bro.
And I'm like, you're putting a platform out for these small creators to go out and tell their story. So I definitely thank you for this.
You know what? I hope you know it's not just for small creators. Like it's for everybody, man. Like I had my homie Martin Penaloza on here who just wanted to tell a story.
Yeah.
And who was locked up and who went through like really hard times. And I feel like it's very therapeutic for the people that we know.
Yeah,
and that's kind of where it was leaning towards. But to be able to have amazing content creators like yourself and brand ambassadors like Gil and mixed martial artists like my brother,
I saw that was a good one.
I think it's absolutely amazing to be able to get ourselves out there because at the end of the day, whether or not we make it big, let's say for example we make it big, right? Mm-hmm. We're just small town. We're small. We should be considered small town heroes. I didn't do anything different. I didn't go out and get somebody that has 30,000 followers. I didn't go out and get somebody that has 170,000 followers or whatever. I got people from my community and that had their story to tell and people were interested in.
Yeah, and
I think that's fucking dope. You know what I mean? And then I don't know, man. You being a content creator and being a gamer, I feel like that dream is definitely achievable. It's just keep doing what you're doing. Don't listen to the haters.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
Because there's a lot of them, man. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them that'll tell it straight to you, and a lot of them that obviously will talk behind your back.
You want to hear a good story about some haters? So there's this video out, and this is the only one where it stuck to me because it blew my mind as to how negative people could be. So, and it's someone that has to know me because the way they said this message is crazy to me that they're even out there, like, that knows me. So it was a video. I decided to one day, out of my generosity, I said, you know what, I'm going to do a giveaway video. I'm going to go around Bakersfield giving out $150. Nothing much, but it was something. And I decided to go out and I gave away I went and paid for like 3 or 4 people Starbucks drinks in the drive-thru. It was like a dope reel. And in that video, I also went and I saw a kid skateboarding on the street. And I was like, yo, if you could do me a cool trick, I got a prize for you. He busted out a trick. I hooked him over $60. I'm like, go buy yourself a new skateboard. And the kid left happy and it was dope. And then another scene, I went and I gave some food and stuff to the homeless here in Bakersfield. And they were happy. And it was such a dope video. It got a lot of good positive comments and all that. And then we had one negative comment where it was like, that ain't even your community. You're from Lamont. I was like, bro, what? Like, that's some crazy thing to say. It's like, bro, I'm helping out a community. That's what should matter, not where I'm from. Like, what?
I think the whole and this is me being honest because I didn't grow up in Arvin, but I will say I'm from Arvin. I grew up in Santa Maria, but at the end of the day, like I feel like even if you're just doing positivity anywhere, it doesn't fucking matter if it's your community.
Yeah, bro. It blew my mind.
People are fucking haters, man.
Yeah,
People are ridiculous.
It blew my mind because it was like, bro, like,
And I can honestly guarantee you, whoever the fuck commented on that probably hasn't done shit for their own community.
oh, and it was commented through a second account where I can't even know who it was, you know. So it's like there's a reason
Ballsy
why.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. But it's
scary.
It's part of the journey, you know. That's what I always try to reflect on and say, like, don't be like them, please. Like, all this, like, you're not from this community, you're not from that community. Just remember, guys, at the end of the day, we're all one, and we're all here to, you know, do the right thing, spread positivity, and it's not hard at all to do that. Trust me. It's way harder for some people to be positive, I know, but we definitely could learn from this podcast, I hope.
It's just it's just from and anything, and not just this podcast, anybody and everybody in general.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you a question. Well, where at what point in your career of streaming and content creating do you feel like was the moment where you're like, all right, I gotta fucking go full go. This is it. Like I gotta get going.
The real answer, the real answer was the day that I received my first paycheck from my sponsorship. That's the day. I'm gonna be honest with you because that's the day I realized this could be something more sustainability. Because realistically speaking, not like, you know, being dead ass, you can't do a streaming if you're not making some type of like, because you can't, you know. I'm working a job. That's what's helping me. Obviously, you know, I'm blessed to have a job. I'm happy with a job. I love working a job and doing that. But the day that I realized that I think this is something I can stick to long term is the day that I for sure saw that it has a income to it, because that's just realistically speaking. Like, you can't do it if you don't have something that's coming in terms of money. And I know that I don't want this to sound like I'm like, you know, like that's all I'm aiming for, because I love my community knows I never milk them. I never do any of that. Like, I genuinely only ask for like people to support the business that I run. That's about it. That's the only other thing I do that I push them to do. But other than that, like, people that subscribe or throw donations my way, they tend to do it out of them just doing it for enjoying content. So the day that I built my community as well, the day I built my community and the day I got my sponsorship was the day I decided, you know what, we're gonna change.
Check.
I'm gonna be honest, it was, and I was like, we're gonna change some lives.
Bro.
We're gonna change some lives, and obviously, I'm talking about my family. That's like the main focus to one day, you know, pay out debts, family debts, you know, stuff that, you know, could help and, you know, ease some weight off people's shoulders in my family, you know.
Yeah, bro.
That's
Hell
the
of
end
respect
goal,
towards
for
that.
sure. That's definitely part of the end goal that you asked earlier as well.
Hell yeah. See,
Yeah.
These questions, you know, very thoughtful, my friend. Very thoughtful.
Very thoughtful question, bro. And yeah, it's dope.
That's dope, dude. So when you got your first check is where you're like, all right, let's fucking get going then.
And
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, let's do
I've
more.
gotten one check before years ago. I think I got $100 from YouTube one time. But that video blew up. It was pretty badass. I still have it on my Instagram somewhere.
Yeah, that's dope, bro.
I
It's
still
like
have it
a
on my
YouTube video. Like, what?
Yeah, right?
Like,
yeah.
bro, what?
For fucking filming a fucking YouTube
And
video.
that's a whole day of salary? 1 day of work?
$100?
Yeah, like nowadays, like, nah, like
no.
8 hours.
No. That's now. Maybe back then, but not now. Yeah, maybe back then, but not now. No, thank God, not now.
Yeah, I think it's like
$100.
$20 now. No, an hour, I think. The minimum
Something like that.
wage.
Yeah,
Like
about
something like
$22. Thank you, McDonald's.
Yeah, yeah, but it's crazy though that, you know, for a YouTube video is.
Oh yeah,
even
for
just
one YouTube video,
yeah.
bro, $100. I felt very, very, very blessed.
Yeah, but
Talk about so Talk about some of the equipment you use, man, because obviously there's probably some kids out there that want to game and want to feel like they're content creators as well. Like, what kind of equipment do you use on your day to day basis?
So I like back to that. You don't need any of this setup that I'm about to say. You do not need it to do your daily basis gaming, streaming. You definitely could do it with a computer, a quick laptop, MacBook. You don't even need the MacBook. The MacBook is more if you want to have a place to read your chat. But if you have a phone, you could always read your chat through your phone, and you can manage your stream through your phone nowadays. And streaming on PlayStation 5s, Xbox Ones, or the X, I think is what it's called, they already come with a built-in sign into Twitch account and start live streaming or whatever platform you desire. So it's easy as just getting the new consoles and start streaming and getting a mics like Turtle Beach's headset mics. It doesn't matter if it's like a full-on mic. It could be a headset mic. That's all you basically need. But in terms of my equipment, I have a NZXT custom-built streaming PC that is 3060. And for those of you guys that are PC nerds, it's a 3060, and it has a very I don't remember the name of the hard drive and the CPU and GPU, but I think it's AMD, and it's pretty much a diesel. It's like a Honda in my room. I'm not even joking. It's like a Honda in my room.
Holy
I'm not
shit.
even lying. It's pretty tanky. So whenever you guys watch streams, the reason why I went for like a good PC is because whenever you stream, you're streaming for long hours. So people don't want to watch a long hour laggy or low quality. So I had to get at least a 1080p 60 FPS PC that's capable of streaming that for at least 10 hours. Because sometimes I stream like 10, 12 hours, bro. So I have to be able to provide utmost quality.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
10, 12 hours.
That's probably been one of my longest streams, is a 10 to 12 hour stream.
What did you get? Did you jump from game to game while you were doing that one?
Well, yeah, but it was mainly because someone dropped a $600 dono. So I had to.
Bruh.
That's just a little taste.
How deep were you into
like
the stream?
5-6 hours.
So after
I was like,
fuck it, let's
fuck
get
it,
4
I
more.
guess I'm gonna just eat and sleep during the stream.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that was honestly one of the
shit.
crazy. I remember that stream like it was just yesterday, bro. It was like, shout out to 86 Darin because he was a part of the dono. It was crazy, so I had to show him love. Definitely, that man has always been a part of my community since forever and always shown love. And it's not even things that I asked for. It's like them doing it out of their own
The kindness
will,
of their heart.
You know, it makes me wanna. It makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing and maybe impacting their life to the point where they feel like they want to support me in that way.
Dude, hell yeah.
So,
For someone to drop something like that, hell yeah, dude.
so
You're
it made
doing
me feel
something
good.
right,
Yeah,
man.
it was dope.
What's is that the biggest donation you've gotten?
In a live stream?
Yeah, in a live stream?
I think that's been the craziest one. In
$600
one like probably in like 5 minutes it happened. Like,
Yeah.
because obviously I don't know if he's allowed to just drop a bat, but he kept doing like 100, 200, 100, little amounts until he got to that final one.
What was the rush like? Like,
Honestly,
what did it
bro,
feel like,
I
bro?
think I cried that stream. I think it was like more of like you just single-handedly bought some new equipment for my streams. I think I bought like headset, mic, keyboard. I upgraded my whole setup basically. It's like, and I'm always open to people when they donate or they subscribe. Like, yo, look, I bought this with your guys' support.
Yeah.
Like, thank you guys. Like,
that's awesome. That's
like
awesome.
They know what I'm using the money that I'm doing, and now that I'm starting up this brand, like they all know that any like hat, shirt, whatever is coming, it's all to bring more items into the equation. So they know that I'm very open book about what I'm spending and not just taking a party. I'm not a party person, so they know I don't go and party. So I've never been a party person like that.
How big is your community?
So I had an issue where my community on Discord had like 200-300 people, and then it got to a point where I just couldn't manage that many people by myself, and it was just getting too inactive, and it was getting crazy. Like, some people were saying some crazy stuff, so I had to build my community. So I made a whole nother like Discord, and we're probably sitting at like 70 or 80 like legit people that constantly will be in there talking, showing love, showing up to streams. But usually on a good stream day, bro, I can reach like up to like 20 people, which is really good for a for like a good like starting. Because I mean, I've only been doing it for 3-4 years. Some people like Kai, like all these crazy streamers, if you go and ask, or if you you go do a quick Google search, they've been doing it for like 8-10 years, and they don't blow up till like their 10th, 8th year.
Yeah.
So it's like,
no, that's dope, bro.
so it's like I'm barely dipping my toe, if you think about it, into the game, and the reach that I have is, I'm blessed. Like that's all I can say. Like,
no, and you're really good on the mic, man. Like you're really good in expressing yourself, which I think is a lot of things that a lot of people struggle with, streaming wise, especially, and being in front of a camera. Like I used to freeze like a motherfucker when a camera would turn on, and I mean you just saw it for yourself right now. But like I said, it's even buddies of mine that get on here that make like Instagram reels for their like home lending business or their realtor business. They fucking sat in front of a camera like, oh shit, like what do I say next?
Yeah,
it's hard, but when you have such a great personality, you can keep a conversation going for hours.
Yeah, I think,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I honestly, I'm very social. Like I'm very, if you talk to me, I'll talk to you. But I'm also very to myself,
introverted.
Like so I won't be. I may look like I don't look like I care, or might not look, like I may look like I'm on my own grind. But I'm always open for any type of, I'm a DM away. I've always said that I'm always a DM away. If you want to work, if you want to do some type of content for one day, you want anything at all, like I'm always open for a quick DM.
Bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I was nervous DMing you, bro. I was like, all right, what is he gonna say? I barely have this much. He's got this much. I was like, let's just shoot a DM. Let's see what happens.
Nah, man, that to me,
it's
bro,
because it's happened before, bro. Yeah, it's happened before. I'm sure it's happened to you too, where people just like shy you away, kind of shit. I'm just like, all right, motherfucker. It's not like I'm fucking begging you either. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it is what it is. Yeah,
and it's like I think I've always been good at reaching, like showing love to people that are in the same space. Because I've always said, like, I'd rather go out and show love to a small creator who's trying to build up the scene of creating content, or just the whole scene here in this area, because then that'll get more opportunities for all of us. Like,
for sure.
More brands are gonna be like, oh, Bakersfield's active with a lot of creators, or like word gets out there, and people will look for people in certain areas because I know firsthand, like, the way it works, like in terms of like sponsorship, they will target a specific city or town to advertise, and they will pick people like in that area that are creators that will fit that type of
criteria.
How do you say it? The
geography
of the people. Like that area.
Question. Do you think with Bakersfield growing as fast as it has in the last couple of years, do you think we're gonna be the next Los Angeles in a sense? Because a lot of YouTubers are moving to Bakersfield, bro.
Yeah, honestly,
a lot of content creators are moving to Bakersfield. My neighbor right here has over 150,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I will say that Bakersfield is on the map for sure, because I know a few artists that also are like big artists here. I think I've worked with Joey Maynard. Joe Maynard. I've came out with one of my friends. He was trying to do like this music career stuff, and he had a feature with Joe Maynard. And I know he's from Bakersfield, so he's one of the big artists out here. I know there's Nate. There's like this producer. There's a bunch of talent out here, and I honestly think if the creator scene could keep growing, and I don't know if you know about Florida Jesus.
No.
You haven't been
here? The dude that this. Oh, someone told me to come here. Yeah.
So, fun fact. I really wish this video went through, but we had a video scheduled and planned, and we were like, we met up, we locked it in, we were about to shoot a dope content, and we showed up to the spot we wanted to film it at. I won't bash the place, and they didn't allow us to film. So I was like, you know what? And it fit the scene of me and him. So it was like the perfect spot to do it.
Bro,
They denied it.
That's awesome that you at least had a taste to be able to deal with somebody that's growing like him, man.
And it's like
shout out to
like
you. Hopefully, if you see this, I'd be down to have you, man.
I'm gonna let him know. I got
for
you.
sure, bro. That'd be dope.
I'll contact him and I'll be like, yo, bro, you need to come on. But I'm gonna make sure you're on here, bro. If you're watching this.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, like if like people like him, you, me, like all these, like it might not look like we're big, but we're creating opportunities.
Yeah, bro.
Creating opportunities, just like he did for Gil. I know he started up his brand. I keep up with everything behind the scenes. I love seeing creators come up, and especially like the barbers. I don't know if you know.
Oh yeah.
X Vance.
No, I don't know X Vance.
He's from Marvin. He's my barber. I've always like shout out to him. I give shout outs all day long.
Bro, do it, bro. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, like there's like the creative scene here in Bakersfield, bro. It's getting a little better, and it's gonna make Bakersfield be that spot where people are gonna be like, yo, look, it's active. Let's move out. I
feel like we're one step ahead.
Yeah, we're
you for sure.
We're definitely
you for sure.
We're definitely going in the right step. But you're coming with us, bro.
Hell yeah, brother. Hey, God willing, and as long as we keep up the effort, I feel like there's nothing that we can't reach.
Yeah, man.
Honest to God, man. Yeah. And at the end of the day, though, and I hope you. I know you probably do feel the same way that I do. At the end of the day, if we never make a single dime, at least you're doing something you love.
Yep. And
you know what I mean? And that's peace of mind enough for me.
Yeah, I think that's good for me too. Because honestly, that's like in the 3 years that I've done it, bro, it's not like I made it crazy. Like, you know, I'm grateful for the experience. That's what I'm grateful for. I'm super grateful to be able to be that, you know, that person that my community looks up to. Because I've heard some very, like stories, like some bad stories from my own people that reach out, like, yo, I'm getting bullied at school. Like, every time I'm, like, feeling down, I'll just watch your streams or I'll tune into your videos and it makes me cheer up. Or, like, I'm having problems at home and I just go to my room and I just vibe out to your stream. It's like, that's the reason why I love streaming every single day for the last 3 years. I have not missed a stream. Well, I miss streams whenever I let them know, like, oh, vacation, stuff like that. But for the most part, I will not miss a stream for whatever reason. If it's not family reasons, my girls, anything related to my girl, or anything where I literally cannot make a stream. There's no excuse.
Damn.
I treat it like my 9 to 5, you know?
Yeah.
On top of me working on the actual job.
9 to 5.
You know, so
does your girl support your grind?
Yeah, bro, because I mean, I support her grind. She's doing her own thing as well in terms of her degree and grinding for school and all that. And she just graduated. She's just starting up her career too. So she's always been super supportive, and I've always been super supportive of her. So I'm thankful for that as well. So
it's hard to find, brother. I've been with my wife for 15 years. It's hard to find any single little thing I do, man. If I want to start a podcast, if I want to start YouTube, if I want to start a new job, if I want to start a new show, even, like, my wife is there. And I feel like there's nothing better than support from a loved one like that. Obviously, you're going to have your family support, but to have support from somebody on the outside looking in with you, bro, it's absolutely, it gives you peace of mind.
Yeah,
brother.
And I've been with her for 4 years, so I'm
happy. Catch up, homie.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to catch up, homie. I'm getting there.
No, that's an absolute fucking blessing, dog. It really is, bro.
Yeah, I'm happy, bro. Like, it's definitely something that I've always been blessed, because I know it's not an easy thing to find the one.
Not.
You know? It's not. It really isn't.
It's really not. And for her to be with you especially for these last 3 years where you've been grinding the hardest.
Mm-hmm. And I met her the year before I started doing it, so it's not like
it's like you were already in the grind. You know what I mean?
She knows what she was in for. I'm just joking, man.
Hey, take it as you say it, bro.
Yeah. But, man, honestly, bro, it's been a crazy journey, man. After some time, man, after getting my community, all that, you know, that's when I decided, you know what, I'm gonna dig into some clothing, you know. I was like, I wanna do fashion a little bit. I wanna be able to do something other than, you know, gaming and all that. because yeah, that's gaming, but I want to have something that is left behind. You know, something that is gonna be there regardless if I'm running it or
It's
not.
gonna
You
end the
know,
time.
yeah,
It's gonna last a
it's
lifetime.
gonna last a
And
lifetime.
let me just tell you, bro, the stickers and hat designs, shirt. Have you dug into shirts yet?
They're coming out real soon, real soon.
As far as hat designs,
Real soon.
fire, bro.
Yeah, real
Straight
soon, bro.
fire.
Thank you, bro. It all came out of my own. I just thought it, and I was like, you know what? I hit up my boy, my plug. Shout out to HD.
HD Graphics.
Yep.
Yo, yeah. Shout out to HD Graphics,
Shout
man.
out to my boy. He definitely brought the vision to life, and you know, we cooked up some trucker hats. Actually, the first version was the black one, and then I said, you know what, I want to get another color out just before I drop any other shirt, so I could have two options for hats. And I pulled the trigger on the hats, and then now we're putting the trigger on some shirts. So definitely, when those drop, make sure you guys check them out. Keep supporting,
bro. Please send everything on Instagram, bro, and we'll share it out. And I definitely got to get myself a shirt myself.
And I mean, it's not a hard. If you guys watching this, if you guys wanna, I'm gonna plug it real quick.
Oh yeah,
it's,
handle
86gangshop.com. It's not that hard. Or you guys can find us on Instagram, shop86gang. It's not very hard at all. It's literally the most simplest, unique brand, because I feel like nowadays you want to stick away from something that's like, you want to go unique, you know, you want to build your own brand tied to you. So I went for something that sticks to my community, but I want to base it off my community, but step away from only gaming merch. I don't want it to ever be seen as 86
just a gamer,
merch. So I never try to post anything gaming related in that merch or shop. I stick away from that because it's a whole different thing. So let me state that clearly. You do not have to be a gamer if you want to buy my merch or clothing. You could be a gym geek. You could be a trucker. That's why I drop trucker hats, because I love trucker hats. But I know a lot of truckers that be telling me like, "Yo, that's a dope trucker hat."
Yeah,
you know, you can use it for whatever, man.
And everybody looks good in a trucker hat, bro. Even me, even with the weird shape hat I got, trucker hats look fire, my guy.
Bro, trucker hats are the way. But yeah, man. So I decided to hook you up with one just because I was like, man,
much appreciated, bro.
So
much
definitely rock that if you want, bro.
Oh, I will, trust. And then I got a special spot for that sticker too, dog.
Oh, nice.
It's gonna go somewhere nice.
Nice.
One last question, which I really wanted to ask you. I haven't yet, but in past times, as far as career wise and school wise and in life in general, I've had a realization of a full circle moment. Have you had your full circle moment yet in regards to your content creating, career?
What do you mean by full circle?
Full circle. So it's like, okay, so like the way I understood it, which my wife asked me, so like a full circle moment is you started your gaming, right? Mm-hmm. So maybe you experienced something, and then now, a few years later, you experienced that same thing, but had a different perspective to it.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
It's like a realization of like, oh, shit, like this is my full circle moment. Like, I'm doing this.
Yeah, I think today that I realized that I was having a full circle moment was the day that one day I was just, just vibing, in my room, just looking at old footage, and it just blew my mind to, see these footages and videos of when I first started, bro. Just sitting there with I mean, it all comes down to streaming. Like the day that I saw myself with a broken foot, depressed, like you gotta remember, like I was really stuck in my room, living in a 2-story apartment, not able to go outside, depressed, sad, streaming on a laptop, PlayStation 4, and then next thing you know, I'm streaming to 20 of my community members saying that I'm like they're literally their motivation for the day. And it was like, I think that's the day I realized, oh shit, as a kid, I've always realized this is what I wanted. Like I've always wanted to be a YouTuber, content creator. And I realized since I was 10 years old making these vlogs, pranks that are no longer available on YouTube because they're so cringe. It realized like I've always was born for this. Like,
and that's what I'm really glad that you hit on, because like you said, when you first started, you were that kid that you were depressed, and you felt alone. Now you're helping kids that are reaching out to you, that are depressed, that feel alone, that feel like they can't do anything, and your videos are their peace of mind. So that's definitely your full circle moment, bro.
I think that would definitely.
And I hope you realize that for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that whatever you take out of this, like, this is more so, and I've said it before, I've said it in the past, like, this is to give you your flowers.
Yeah.
And to make sure that you realize, keep fucking grinding, keep having fun with it, and you're definitely going to reach your fucking goal.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, I didn't even know what a full circle experience was until you just brought it up to me.
I didn't know until my wife told me, bro. Shout out the wife, you know what I mean?
Shout out to my boy Bernie from the Unmasked Podcast, like, once again, for helping us realize, you guys, it's very much doable. So don't ever think that it's not, because, I mean, you guys are seeing proof of it right here. I mean,
hell yeah, man.
two
And like
complete different genres, community.
Yeah,
we're coming
getting together
today.
And again, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Whether or not I make a single dime out of this, I'm gonna keep grinding.
Yep.
Keep having fun with it.
Keep grinding, guys, because, I mean, I've sat in that streaming, in those streams, videos with no views, 0 views, talking to myself. I've been there, and it's gonna be tough. I'm gonna tell you, nobody said it was gonna be easy. Nobody said it's easy. 100% not easy. I'm just telling you right now. If you're jumping in thinking it's easy, it's not easy. It's a grind, consistency. Self-motivation is very, very much key, because in this game, there's nobody that's going to believe in you more than yourself. And that's just me telling you guys some straight up truth right there.
At the end of the day, anything that's worth getting is not easy. So, any final words besides that beautiful soliloquy right there?
I mean, all I can say is, if you vibe with us and you enjoy what you heard today, then I guess I'll see you guys in the stream. Make sure you guys tune in and
plug yourself one more time.
It's been your boy 86 Tapia. You guys can find me on Twitch, TikTok, Instagram under the same handle, 86 Tapia. For any gaming content, just add the TV at the end of 86 Tapia for any gaming stuff. But once again, if you guys want to buy our shop and you vibe like us, make sure you guys check out 86gameshop.com and shop today. And make sure you guys go run up the likes and views and support my boy Bernie from the Unmasked Podcast, because he's definitely putting out a platform and opportunity for people like me and people like you watching. So definitely, I'm giving you your flowers too, brother.
Appreciate you, dog.
Keep doing what you're doing. And it was a pleasure to be here today. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day.
And we'll see you again very soon.
Yeah.
I feel like we can do this again.
Part 2 for sure.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and follow both. We'll put all the links in the bio in the bottom. And yeah, man, that's episode with 86 Tapia.
Yeah.